What up, y'all? It's the King Wayne, that is. And this is the story on how I got my name. So stay tapped in. Let's get it.
Whole city know J Moody.
No, for real. No.
King Wayne. It's only appropriate I live in a place named after me. Say name for General Anthony Wayne, but it's named for King Wayne. Wayne and Wayne. Y'all already know. So what up, y'all? It's raining like a mug. It was supposed to snow, but I felt like it wasn't gonna snow. It was very unserious with the snow. And I'm all in the traffic jam in the square, but it is what it is. But I gotta go to a few like house showings today because I'm preparing to move into a new spot. And the area I stay in is called Wayne, which is really funny because I'm gonna tell y'all the story on how I, came up with, got my name Wayne, which just happens to be my middle name. So the area I live in is spelled traditionally. Well, everything that's Wayne is spelled traditionally, W-A-Y-N-E, right? But this is the cool part about it. My middle name is Wayne, and like I said, the area that I'm in is Wayne. Well, I'm going to Wayne. I had to come down to another area real quick to handle some business. But my name, right? Let me tell y'all a cool story on how the name Wayne, spelled W-E-Y-G-N, happened to come into fruition. Range Rover, bam. weygnsworld.shop. Make sure y'all copying y'all t-shirts. This is my Evil City. It's a little cold outside, but got boys. That's a dope license plate. So anyways, I just recently retired from social media, got off Twitter and Instagram and TikTok and all that shit. Mainly because I really didn't get anything out of it. It's not paying me no money and no shit like that. And the only reason I'm still on YouTube because I like to make my content. And before they hated on me, they was paying me some money with my last channel. But this is what we working towards, building it back up. My 20 faithful viewers that be on most of my videos. Some of my videos got more views, but I noticed that I'm hitting like 20 viewers on a lot of these joints, which is cool, you know what I mean? If anybody's getting any kind of entertainment out of watching my content, that's all I do it for at the end of the day. But anyways, right? I had been on social media back in the day. And I guess I've been on social media since it fucking started in the 1900s. I guess it wasn't called social media back then, it was just called being online. But another story for another day. Now, I used to be on Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. I was around for when Instagram was just an iPhone app where the Android people ain't had nothing to do with it. Then Facebook bought it, and once Facebook bought it, there goes the neighborhood. It turned to the ghetto. It is what it is. But people use Instagram for whatever they, find fit. I ain't here to knock it. It is what it is. Anyways, I had walked away from Instagram like in 2013, maybe 2014. After I went through what I went through with my business and all that stuff, I had moved to Cali for a minute, and I just got off the mat, right? And I was off of it for years. But when I used to be on it, my Instagram name and my Twitter name, I like for everything to all just be the same thing. So it was J Moody, but it was underscore. My name is Jason Moody, Jason Wayne Moody. For all the stalkers that want to look it up, I don't give a fuck. Do what you must. Who cares? But Jason Wayne Moody is my full government name. And so it was J Moody. That's what people call me, in Philly, where I'm from. I go by J Moody, or that's what people would call me, or whatever. So I made that my Instagram name and my Twitter name at the time. That's what I had, but it had an underscore behind it. So this time around, an artist I was managing in like 2017, 18. I had been managing before that, but like I was thinking about coming back to Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff, just for the being in the know, because I was dealing with music at the time. I was managing a lot of different artists and running in and out of like a lot of different record labels. So I wanted to have something that people could see, like a landing page, and say, he does this, does that. Although I never posted shit, I only posted shit on my story, but whatever. It's another story for another day as well. I wanted it to be just one name when I made this new social media push. Like I didn't want to have no underscores, no periods, commas, parentheses, all that other shit. I just wanted it to be my name. And, you know, without even looking, I already knew that my 3 names probably wouldn't be available. But I checked them just for shits and giggles. So I checked Jason. Of course, that wasn't available on no platform. I checked Wayne, W-A-Y-N-E, and that wasn't available on no platform. And I checked Moody. So I wanted it to be one of the 3 names. Just you identify me just by one name. So, you know, I'm just wrecking my brain about it. And one random day, I come home. And I used to work out. I still work out, but I used to work out like real tough, taking supplements, all that shit back then. And I had a bottle of whey protein. It was sitting on my refrigerator. It like hit me like an epiphany. It was crazy. It's just a bottle of whey protein just sitting there, right? So I walk in and I freeze and I look at it. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. And I'm looking at it like, whey. And so I look at it and I said W-H-E-Y, but I said I'm gonna take the H out though and just have W-E-Y, and then you have way. So then I took the G-N off of sign, like you know you spell sign S-I-G-N, and it makes that whatever. I'm trying to describe it to you how best I can, but it makes that that particular sound. So I said, hey, I'm just gonna take the G-N off the sign and put it in the back of the W-E-Y, and that's how I came up with Wayne. And what's really cool about the name Wayne is I Googled it, researched it, and nobody ever in history has had the variation of this name. You know, you have certain names and you can spell them 2 different ways. I can't give you an example right now, I try to think that hard, but you have this it would be the same pronunciation, excuse me y'all, but you would pronounce it 2 different ways, right? I've really created a name in my lifetime that people will use, I'm absolutely sure, because it's such a dope way of spelling Wayne. And the thing about it also is I feel like it could create a unisex use to the name, because I feel like you can name a girl or a boy Wayne with it being spelled like that. But yeah, it was the first time ever that that variation of the name Wayne has existed. I created it. And it's such a conversation starter. I remember at the time I was on Clubhouse too. And you know, everybody would be on Clubhouse talking or whatever, what have you. And I would walk in a room and people would be trying to pronounce it. It's funny because there would be certain people who would see it and understand it right away and be like, hey Wayne, and I'd be like, damn, you're not a dummy. But most people is like, they would try to say Weegin, Wagon, wedgie, being a smart ass, but it's like when, like they say Wegan, like when did G and N spell gin, like or gin, like that? It's an I that goes in there or an E that goes in there. But nah, that's how I created the name Wayne, and it's just so funny because like you know people create names and monikers for themselves, but like mine have always just been my name. Like even when people were calling me J Moody. My name is Jason Moody. I mean, I've had other nicknames. I mean, when I was younger, everybody in the neighborhood used to call me Hove. I was a big Jay-Z fan at the time, so they just started calling me Hove in the neighborhood. Hove and Jigga Man. I've heard Clark Kent, Superman, Light Bright. All man, I could go on and on and on with names that I've been, you know, called throughout my life. But that's how I created my name Wayne, and then I went on to become King Wayne. You know, that was the name of all my like social media accounts before I deleted them all. And the name of my last YouTube, it was at King Wayne, until YouTube hated on me for reasons I will never understand and fuck my channel off. But you know, it is what it is. But yeah, just wanted to make a real quick video about how I got my name, my cool, dope ass moniker, Wayne, that lives in Wayne, whose middle name is Wayne. Yeah, so that's me, King Wayne. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I got things to do. I'm about to pull up to this one house and check it out. Hopefully I like it, y'all. You know, hopefully I'll move into something new soon, so then I can start going live and giving y'all more content on that type time. But outside of that, you know, tap in weygnsworld.shop, copy a cool t-shirt, get some cool hoodies. You know, it's getting cold outside. Well, over here on the East Coast, it's getting cold outside. But we got some dope designs, and you know, we had a Cyber Monday sale. That shit went crazy. And it's making me, I mean, I guess people just love a sale, so you never know. We definitely gonna keep the sales coming, but check it out. When you get a chance, weygnsworld.shop in the description. And like I say, tell a friend and tell a friend. Like and comment and subscribe. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
The whole city know Jay Moody.
No, for real, though.